Feed audio, please. Station, would you please feed audio? And we're trying to call you, and we can't because you must be on the phone. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Welcome everyone to the Kia showroom. I'm Brandon Brooks here with head coach Pete Wiggins of the Callaway Cavaliers for your Saturday morning quarterback show at the Kia showroom here. Beautiful morning, crisp morning, but boy, what a great night of football last night as the Callaway Cavaliers defeat the Temple Tigers 35-10. Coach, good morning to you.
Good morning. Proud to be here.
Well, I hope that that you guys were able to overcome. Even though we talk about a 35-10 win, we played a really tough Temple team last night, Coach.
We did. Coach Scotty Ward did a great job with his team. They were 5-2 coming in, and they were ready to play. And it was a hard-fought game like we thought it would be. I was really proud of our kids in the second half. Handled some adversity. We had some mistakes that we overcame, and again, it's proud of our boys. We were able to get that win 35-10 on the road, a big region game, big region win. And week in, week out, we've played a tough schedule, tough opponents, and again, our kids prepared hard, and being able to get up emotionally every week and for different opponents is tough. And again, I was proud of our football team for the way we played and able to get that victory last night.
Well, there were a lot of challenges last night, but in all fairness, Temple really put a great football team on the field. Their quarterback, their running back, they had some key skill players, and that's probably, and this is me, I'm not the coach, but that's probably the best quarterback we faced all year.
He was a talented young man. He's a big kid, and he presented us some problems throwing the ball and running. He for a guy with his size, he could move. And again, their offensive line up front did a great job. And but as the game went on, I felt like that we got a little stronger. And on the offensive side, we were able to open up some running lanes and put the ball in the end zone. But it was a hard-fought physical football game, and our kids, on the bus ride home last night, you can always tell how physical the game was by how talkative or not they are. And it was they had a good time, but it wasn't quite as loud as it is sometimes. But a hard-fought game on the road up in Temple, and we got to enjoy the victory, go back to work. We've got a big game coming up this coming week with Spencer, and just keep on rolling in our region play.
Well, Coach, I wanted to just ask you about the offensive line, defensive line for Temple. That they played most of their guys both sides of the ball. We talked about the quarterback that they had. That kid was 6'3", 215 pounds, and then you had at least two 300-plus pounders on the line of scrimmage for them. And I mean, when we were sitting in the box looking down on the field, I mean, these guys were huge. So just talk about your offensive line, defensive line. It's got to be an issue, but it was great seeing them overcome that challenge last night.
Well, one of their interior guys, I don't know his weight, but I would bet he's closer to he's closer to 400 than he was 300. He was a big young man, and he was not on. I mean, he was a tall young man too.
367 pounds.
367. So anyway, a good-looking defensive lineman, but he could move for a big guy. But up front, our offensive line, early on, they came out in a little different scheme than we had seen, and sometimes it takes a little adjusting, and we did that. And as the game went on, we were able to pick up their defensive alignment better. But we missed some blocks early too. And that happens, but as the game went on, we were able to pick up their defense and recognize alignments, that type thing better. But early in the game, they made some plays, and we punted a couple of times. But you have to be patient in those situations. You're going to have those kind of games. You're going to have situations that you don't always get first down. So that's part of it. And I felt like our kids were patient, and we did a good job with the punt team, and Dylan did a good job punting last night. But we talked about our offensive line and their defensive line. Keandre Jones had a big night last night. As the game went on, he had several pancake blocks, and we were able to run behind him. And John Curtis did a nice job pulling on the power and the counter. And those two guys were really physical. Mike Freeman had a big game last night. He caught some big balls last night, big receptions, and he played well on defense. But he had some big blocks at tight end. He was getting his hands, on their backers and doing a nice job running his feet. But KJ, Mike, and John, they really did a good job blocking last night. And our receivers always physical, and DQ Wilson, he had a great night last night. But DJ Atkins, another solid game out of him. He ran the ball hard, and Temple did a good job tackling him too. And in space, a lot of times he's made people miss, and they did a good job tackling him in space. And some of the games that were going 7-8, particularly in the second half, in games that we played previously, he might have went a little further. But to their credit, they did a good job with that.
Well, kind of playing catch up, if you will, not in score, but just in playing the game last night. First half, second half, just as an observer, I have to point out the incredible leadership that we saw in Thomas Hodge. Thomas Hodge, literally from where we were, stepped up and was that senior leadership, and just super proud of that young man.
Well, I'm glad you're saying his name, because I didn't say his name earlier, but Thomas didn't come off the field last night. He played every rep on the offensive line and defensive line, and I was really proud of him. He's an undersized guy. He's about 170 pounds, playing offensive line and defensive line, and he had a good ball game last night. And he's kind of light in the pants to be down there in the trenches with some of those guys, but he's a tough kid, and he played hard. He made a lot of plays, and he's got a quickness and a toughness about him, and I was really proud of him last night. And on the defensive side, why I said defensive lineman, LaShawn Terrell had another good game. Jamie Sellers just week in and week out. He's so quick off the ball, and he's physical down inside, and another really good game out of him. I mentioned Mike earlier, Mike Freeman, really running to the ball and playing physical, and just proud of those guys, for the physicality. And again, Temple had a good football team, and it was an old hard-fought game. It's what you want to see, and we have some mistakes that we got to do better than we did, and there's always things to correct, and but that's what you watch film, that's what you practice for. And but again, a good win on the road up in Temple, Georgia.
Well, congratulations on the win. Callaway beats the Temple Tigers last night in Temple, 35-10. We're going to take a quick break. I'm Brandon Brooks with head coach of the Callaway Cavaliers, Pete Wiggins, at the Kia Showroom Saturday morning quarterback show. We'll be right back.
Hi friends, Jess Lichter here with LaGrange. We're going pink this month for breast cancer awareness, and we'll be donating a portion of our sales to the Breast Friends for Life Hope for a Day campaign. So stop by and check out our selection of Kias and help support a great cause. It's fall savings times between the 16s. They gotta go to make room for the 17s. You can own a 16 Kia Cadenza for as little as $23.5. And you know with prices like these are not going to last long. Come see us today or online at KiaLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Price plus tax tag and title. Stock number 19215.
Introducing the most valuable provider, your nationally ranked WellStar West Georgia Medical Center. Ranked a top 100 large community hospital by Truven Health Analytics. Named a top 100 great community hospital by Becker's Hospital Review. Rated top 100 in medical excellence and patient safety by CareChecks. WellStar West Georgia Medical Center. Award-winning healthcare right here in LaGrange. To learn more, visit wellstar.org/WGMC. We believe in life well lived.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
There's a snap. He's going to fake the pitch, come up, throw it to his big tight end, Michael Freeman, across the middle of the field, and he makes the safety miss, and there's nobody that's going to catch him.
Nobody's going to catch him.
Callaway Cavalier touchdown, Michael Freeman.
Great job, Michael Freeman, catch and run. And when he saw nothing but air and opportunity between him and the end zone, of course, he is going to get that opportunity every single time. Michael Freeman, great touchdown, catch and run, and we're up 6-0.
It is Eagle 102.3 Coleman Vice here with you, and having a chance to talk Kia of LaGrange here with John. And I tell you, Callaway wins big, and it's another great victory for them. And one more, I tell you, if I got that right, it's Spencer, right? Region champs, is that right? Yeah. So they've really coming on, and a lot of fun. And I know all of us are very thankful to have a chance to come talk after every game here at Kia of LaGrange. It's been real nice, and I tell you, you don't get better car buying weather and great football. It all ties together.
Oh, the weather's finally changed for us, hasn't it? What perfect weather. Hey, guys, really appreciate y'all coming out. Callaway, great job this week. Good job on that, folks. Hey, listen, if y'all are out and about, you need to come by Kia LaGrange, see these guys do their thing up here. Yeah, they always bring some chicken biscuits. We got a whole table full of chicken biscuits from Chick-fil-A. Put some jelly on it, makes a nice little breakfast. Y'all come on in, get your oil changed. Check out the new selections that we got. We got 2017s on the lot. 16s are going fast. Got a lot of discounts going on. Folks, come and see the program.
There you go. That's one thing we don't talk about all the time is service, just because it runs so smoothly. Sometimes we just know that it's there, and it does. But you've got some great people working really hard to make sure that service department runs just perfect. And you don't have to have a Kia to get oil changes and tires and a whole bunch of other stuff. Y'all handle all that.
We sure do. We sure do. A lot of folks don't know that 2 years in a row, our service department was rated #1 in the state of Georgia for customer satisfaction. So, folks, come on over, give us a shot. Even if you don't have a Kia product, come on over and see us.
There you go. It's Kia of LaGrange, and back to Brandon.
Coleman, it's a good morning for the Callaway family as your Callaway Cavaliers defeated the Temple Tigers 35-10 last night in Temple, Georgia. And, Coach, again, we have to give shout-outs because, as we talk many weeks on this show, a lot goes into a Friday night football game. And just talk a little bit about those kind folks that Shoal Creek Baptist Church and all that goes on to the pregame and as well as postgame.
Well, I just want to say a big thank you to Miss Pat Holcomb. She spoke to our team yesterday in our pregame, and our kids are very appreciative of that. And I want to say thank you to Shoal Creek and for just sponsoring that meal. I want to say thank you to Jake and Jill Hembry for sponsoring our post-game meal. I can't ever say thank you enough. It means so much to our football team, our players, for the individuals, the churches, to provide pre-post-game meal to come in, and Miss Pat spoke to the team, and that means a lot to the kids. It means a lot to us, and it's very special for our program. I want to say thank you to Miss Cindy Stevens. Always, each week in, week out, she's behind the scenes, and again, a lot of people don't know what all she does, but I appreciate her for everything she's doing. Miss Sheila Allen. Miss Sheila's always getting things right, getting things set up for us, and again, thank you, Miss Sheila, and all those individuals that help with pre- and post-game meal.
I'm glad you said that, Coach. I got a message yesterday, and speaking of Miss Sheila Allen, she always does a fantastic job, but just want to give a quick shout out, if you will. If you're interested in Callaway gear, just call the high school, talk to Miss Sheila Allen. Apparently, we've got a lot of Callaway gear available, and I had somebody ask me this a couple weeks ago, so I appreciate you reminding me. But you just call the high school, talk to Miss Sheila Allen. She's the athletic secretary, but she definitely does a whole lot more than that, and she can get you fixed up on all the up-to-date, latest and greatest Callaway gear as you support your Callaway Cavaliers. Well, Coach, last night, very, very good win for us, but there is no doubt you face some challenges within the game. And a lot of times people sitting in the stands don't really get that because they've never been in that situation. But talk a little bit about last night. We're in Temple. A good hometown crowd showed up for that football game. But our band, our cheerleaders, our team travels very well. Talk about the importance of that to the guys on the field.
It means so much. You turn around and you see all the red and black shirts up in the stands, and you hear the band playing, and our cheerleaders, those young ladies always work so hard, and there's so much support for our football team. And, it's like we talk about with a pregame meal and those individuals involved with all that. It's there's so many people that make things go around and make it special, make that atmosphere what it is, and it starts out with the community, and again, there's each week we play, we've had such a great crowd and great support, and again, I want to say thank you to Coach Turner, the cheerleaders, Mr. Wamsley, and our band, and our faculty administration, and all of our community for the support that we have on Friday night. It's super, super special, and means a lot. And you talk about that the adversity in the tough game. Last night we had a few injuries, and I'll knock on the table here. That's as close as I can get, but we had a few injuries, and pretty much we've had several throughout the year that everybody has. You have to deal with. It's a tough game. It's a physical game, but again, had some people that we had to sub for, and all that's just little things you have to do as the season goes on, and had some people playing in a little out of position, and some guys getting some reps that they haven't got, and just because of pure depth and injuries, and again, but that's all part of it. That's part of being able to win big ball games. That's part of being able to win games on the road and against good football teams. So just again, proud of our coaching staff for handling that and being able to get guys on and off the field in crunch time. And so also, last night, and I got to talk to Coach Ward. I want to say it on the radio. Coach Scotty Ward. He and I went to the same high school back at Ranburn High School, and it was good to see him out on the field. He and I got to talk a good bit before the game, and that's always special to get to see somebody back from the big city. It's pretty cool stuff for me. But I also want to say good morning to Daddy and Rick. I know they're listening this morning to the show, but big game for us last night. Big road win last night in Temple. We enjoy the win. We put that one behind us now. We got to go get ready for Spencer.
Yes, sir.
They got a good football team.
Yes,
I was
sir.
able to go down and watch them play last week, and they got a good team, and we'll have to be ready to go. They're explosive. They're big, and so there'll be a lot of problems that they can present us, and so have to have a good week of practice, and all that'll start tomorrow in the film room, and just have to keep grinding and being ready to go.
Absolutely. It was great to be a Callaway Cavalier this morning as your Callaway Cavaliers defeated the Temple Tigers last night in Temple, 35-10. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. I'm Brandon Brooks with head coach Pete Wiggins of the Callaway Cavaliers Kia Showroom.
Just Lick to here with Kia of LaGrange. We're going pink this month for breast cancer awareness, and we'll be donating a portion of our sales to the Breast Friends for Life Hope for a Day campaign. So stop by and check out our selection of Kias and help support a great cause. It's fall savings times between the 6th room for the 17s. You can own a 16 Kia Cadenza for as little as $23.5. And you know what prices these are not going to last long. Come help support your local economy. Price
Title, stop number 192, where they only serve American-grown catfish, barbecue cooked to perfection, and with all the fixings to make it worth every penny. Rogers Barbecue is locally owned and run with care since 1945. Come eat with us Monday through Saturday from 11 to 9, or use our carry-out window. Rogers Barbecue, New Franklin Road, LaGrange.
Russ Brown, owner of LaGrange Equipment and Tool Rental, has all the tools and equipment handymen and contractors need in our area. And if you're planning a wedding, party, tailgate, reunion, or corporate event, LaGrange Equipment and Tool Rental has you covered. Like them on Facebook and see all the particulars they offer. Plus, they're open Monday through Saturday. LaGrange Equipment and Tool Rental, Greenville Street, LaGrange, next to CVS Pharmacy. Phone 706-882-8665. That's 706-882-8665. LaGrange Equipment and Tool Rental.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service.
Bravo!
It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service. Some might call that old school. But then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
There's a shotgun snap. There's a give to DJ. He's going to cut it back across the middle of the field and gets into the end zone.
That's touchdown.
They're calling it a touchdown.
Yeah.
Touchdown, DJ.
DJ Atkins, number 1, going off that left side tackle and just following the hips and goes into the end zone for a great touchdown, transitioning that momentum and not to mention silencing this hometown crowd.
I tell you, Coach, I know I sounded super excited right there, but I really was. Believe it or not, I really was, because that touchdown, DJ went across the goal line. Of course, afterwards, somebody stripped the ball, and, they were thinking it was a fumble, but it literally silenced that hometown crowd, and there were a lot of hometown crowd folks there. So just a great win last night. Great to be a Callaway Cavalier. Coach, I want to just get an update, because I know a lot of the folks that listen and keep up with the Callaway family, and especially the football team. Jamie Sellers, he was hurt last night, but he came back, and, of course, just balled out. He's just a great athlete, does whatever he's got to do to make it happen. But Telly Fanning, how is he? Can you give us kind of an injury report on him?
Well, Telly rolled his ankle last night, and Telly's gotten a lot better. He's a young kid, and he's gotten more reps on Friday night. But I think he's going to be okay. We got him ice and all when we got back last night, so he may be a little sore. But again, I think it was a positive. I think it's as positive as it could be. But we had some bumps and bruises from last night. It was a physical football game, and
it really was.
Two teams getting after one another, and but we're going to be we'll have some ice packs again on Sunday, and but you reach this point in the season, you're going to have that, and you have to battle through it. It's just the adversity that we talk about, and everybody's got that, and you have to kind of deal with it, and those that do, and have enough depth to get past it, it helps, and so we'll just have to get our kids back on the field, and I know Coach Jackson will be working to get that done, and we'll have to, if there were to be some significant ones, then we have to get somebody else ready to go. But again, going back to last night's game, hard-fought physical football game. I'm proud of our kids, proud of the road win in Temple, and we just got to keep grinding, keep doing what we do, playing Callaway football.
Absolutely, and just for the record, those of you listening on radio, we gave Brooke Jackson a shout-out because Dylan Johnson, I don't know if you're aware of this, Coach, Dylan Johnson, the first week of the season, called Coach Brooke Jackson the best player on the Callaway squad. So Brooke does a phenomenal job as far as taking care. She's, what's her official title?
She's our athletic trainer.
Athletic trainer. She makes sure that our guys are, if they get an injury, what it is, how severe, whether or not to get a follow-up. And Brooke just always does a phenomenal job, and just a shout-out to her. Coach, talk briefly, if you will, big game against Spencer, but I want you to articulate it, if you will, really how good each team is getting throughout this season.
Well, I think Spencer's got a great football team. They're big up front. They're physical. They got really good players in key positions. Their quarterback's a guy that can run, he can throw, and the offensive line's solid. And it's going to be a tough opponent for us. Defensively, they're physical. Again, they got great size, and they're well coached, and it'll be a hard-fought football game. But again, at this point, I feel like everybody's good.
Sure.
Everybody's tough, and each game is you got to prepare, and you got to be ready. Obviously physically, but it's such a mental game and a mental focus that comes with it each week, and preparing and being able to get up and emotionally and for the game, but staying level too.
Right.
You don't want to wear yourself out. But again, it'll be a hard, tough football game, just like a lot we've played, and we just got to go out and minimize mistakes, play Callaway football, and prepare like we always do. But need all the community to be there Friday as we face Spencer, and need that support just like we've had each week, and it should be a great football game.
Well, Coach, we're going to take a quick break here. Kia Showroom, beautiful Saturday morning. For your Saturday morning quarterback show, I'm Brandon Brooks here with head coach Pete Wiggins of the Callaway Cavaliers. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, friends. Jess Lichter here with Kia of LaGrange. We're going pink this month for breast cancer awareness, and we'll be donating a portion of our sales to the Breast Friends for Life Hope for a Day campaign. So stop by and check out our selection of Kias and help support a great cause. It's fall savings times. Between the 16s, they got to go to make room for the 17s. You can own a 16 Kia Cadenza as little as $23,500. With prices like these are not going to last long. Come see us today or online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Price plus tax, tag, and title. Stock number 19215.
Introducing the most valuable provider, your nationally ranked WellStar West Georgia Medical Center. Ranked a top 100 large community hospital by Truven Health Analytics. Named a top 100 great community hospital by Becker's Hospital Review. Rated top 100 in medical excellence and patient safety by CareChecks. WellStar West Georgia Medical Center. Award-winning healthcare right here in LaGrange. To learn more, visit wellstar.org/WGMC. We believe in life well lived.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
Here we go. Let's see what Dylan can do.
Second down and 10. He's going to fake, roll to his left. He's looking for Braylon. He's got Braylon down the field at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Braylon Sanders and the Callaway Cavaliers. What a throw right there by Dylan.
Great job by Dylan. Keeps his head downfield, very much aware of what's going on. Connects for Braylon Sanders for an amazing Callaway touchdown. And, boy, after all of the mental mistakes, just to see two senior guys step up and make a play when it was most needed.
Well, great night last night. Again, we just can't talk enough about our seniors and the senior leadership for the Callaway Cavaliers. Coach, very special night this upcoming night. You got Spencer at home, Callaway Stadium. Kickoff time is at 7:30, but you're doing something very special this Friday night and bringing awareness, cancer awareness night, and our young men will be dressed out accordingly, but just a special night as we acknowledge some very special people in our community.
Well, we'll have on our pink socks, and we do that one game a year, and the kids they like that, and there's so many people affected by terrible disease.
Sure.
But anyway, and so we're going to acknowledge that with our game Friday night, and a lot of thoughts and prayers go out to those individuals who are affected by cancer on a daily basis, and those families that deal with it. And again, I think it's a great thing and a great thing for kids to acknowledge and be aware of, because at some point in most of these young people's life, they'll have to deal with
Sure.
that, whether it's themselves personally or
Sure.
or a family member. But anyway, again, I want to say thank you to all those individuals involved with making Friday nights very special, making our football team and the atmosphere that we have very special. And again, our faculty, our administration, our student body, our community, really proud of our football team for the win last night. Let's keep grinding, let's keep working, and big game for us coming up Friday night.
We're looking forward to it, Coach. Again, to get your Callaway Cavalier gear, just call the high school, get in touch with Miss Sheila Allen. She's the athletic secretary. She can get you fixed up with all that. But I want you to tune in. If you can't be at the game, we encourage all of our Callaway family. Spencer, it's going to be a tough matchup this coming Friday night at Callaway Stadium. Kickoff time is at 7:30, so make sure you come and get a good seat, because our home games have really been packed out, and it's just been a great atmosphere, especially with the weather changing a little bit, but it's going to be a great night. Coach, congratulations. Big win last night as your Callaway Cavaliers defeated the Temple Tigers up in Templetown 35-10. It's great to be a Callaway Cavalier. From the Kia Showroom, Saturday morning quarterback show, I'm Brandon Brooks with head coach Pete Wiggins. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Callaway Saturday morning quarterback show on WELR Eagle 102.3.